Hey everyone, Archangel here with Sleeping Samurai. I'm going to bring you a video here today, basically showing you guys how to make a Danish axe. Actually, today we're coming to you from two different cameras. I'm going to show you now the equipment I'm going to be working with here today. We've got a couple of different types, a couple of different foam pieces here. One already cut out and shaped how we would like it to be shaped for the blade of this axe. And then we've got the other piece that we're going to go ahead and cut out here in a moment. I'm going to show you guys the actual process using the bandsaw. Ready to go. I'm going to take care of, like I said, the sealed area with the sprayable liquid rubber. Please realize the thing behind me is a county road, so there's going to be cars every so often, maybe a bus or two, I'm not sure. Please forgive that aspect. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to put down some cardboard. Here's a bus. It's looking good. Just need to give it time to dry now. But I think we've got enough of... I think it's a thick enough layer for now. As it dries, I might do a few more spritzes here and there. Alright, so that's done. It's gonna be put in front of the fan again for a few minutes to dry, and after this coat is dry, then it'll be a number of layering coats, very thin coats most likely, but a number of them. And it'll be just the detail work with the sprayable plastics. So yeah, the liquid plastic I'll get to in just a couple minutes once this is dry. Alright, we're back and the weapon is done drying from the liquid rubber that I've placed over the edges. It's done a really good job. The main focus that I was looking to blend is the actual striking edge. And as you guys can see, hopefully, there's a nice blended look to it, and you can't see that merged line there any longer. So I'm going to step outside, finish the process, basically get it colored in the way I want it to look. Again, going for an Orcish style, rugged looking axe, hopefully. Alright, because it is a fantasy style weapon at the end of the day, I'm going to start with a crazy base color of bright green. I'm going to leave the minor flaws in the foam. If that shines through, cool, good. It'll give it, again, more ruggedness. And just look more like I'm wanting it to look. I don't want it to look like a pristine, perfect, well-forged axe. I want it to look good, but a bit rough at the same time. So. Alright, bright green, base coat established. Another crazy color we're going to do, bright orange. One thing you need to make sure you do in between coats is let each coat dry individually. This stuff is very rapid drying. That's the great thing about it. You can get a lot of layers in a quick amount of time. But you don't want to layer any layer too thick, and you don't want to move on too quickly, or else you're going to get a goopiness that's just going to want to drip, and it's just not going to, unless you want to go for a really cool blood effect, blood smear effect. You don't want to do too much too quick. Okay, so now I did a kind of wild look with the orange, just to give a two different bright undercoats to the overall coat of the weapon. So I'm hoping these bright colors are still going to shine through once I'm done with all the other layers. Alright, the two darkening coats are on, and now I'm going to continue, going to get some shade in it, a little bit more shading, and then do the metallizer. Alright, that's a pretty healthy coat of the shading spray I just did, so we're going to give that a minute to dry, and then I'll do the what I think is going to be the final touch. Be the metallizer. We're going to make this blade section look like a sharpened, very sharp, fine blade. That's the hope. All right. It's looking good. Gonna give that a moment to dry. Might do a couple more passes, but it's looking pretty good. Okay guys, we're all done out here. I'll meet you inside. Alright guys, back in from outside, and I finished doing all the different layers of the different colors and the effects I wanted this blade to have. So we're all set. We just got to do the extra padding zone and get that finished up, and we are good to go on this weapon. I'm going to show you guys on the other camera the detailed look at this blade. Right now, with this particular camera and this particular lighting, I just blinded myself a little bit there. It is, you can't, unfortunately, it's a type of lighting that's not allowing the greens and the oranges to show through. So although there are highlights of green and orange in here still, which is all I wanted, were good highlights, you can't really see it in this light, so let's try it on the other one. Okay, so with this light, it's a little bit of a cleaner, whiter style light instead of the normal yellowish bulb that we get. So you guys should be able to see some green and orange tinting here. Still left on the blade in different areas. And again, I didn't want to have a lot of it. There's some orange here, some greens. I didn't want to have a lot of it. That's why I put so much gray and blending color in. I put a good amount of metallizer over the blade edge itself so that it actually gives it the sheen, sharpened look. And in doing all of this, it takes away, it took out a lot of the green and orange, but I didn't want a lot in there to begin with. I wanted shades of it, and as you guys can see, there's little shades of it, little spots of it here and there, and that's what I was going for. So mission successful on that, and as you guys can see as well, it's very hard to notice any kind of seam situation on this. To the critical eye, I'm sure you may be able to notice, like maybe right here you can still see a little bit. The back end, there's a faint line there. A little bit seen in there still. So you can never really, on the non-blade side, you can never really, I'd had to layer up so much more of that liquid sprayable rubber. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have a big goopy mess on here that I'm working with, and it's spending hours and hours to dry. So I decided to go a normal coat on it, layer on it. As you guys can see here, oh, there's some orange as well. Can't really tell where the separation is here, and that's because it got really goopy there. But it took a long time to dry, and I don't like, honestly, I'd prefer to not have the goopiness on there. So maybe just me being anal retentive right now, but yeah, I think it looks pretty brilliant. Hope you guys like the look of it as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera to the work zone here again, and we're going to do the final touches, making the what will be basically kind of like a butt cap, making that zone safe, and padding the handle as well. This whole area is going to be safe for if someone goes to throw it it's not going to have any issue when impacting a human. So it's going to be safe in all forms. So that's the goal. Let's get to it. Okay guys, we've got our materials here. We're going to use some duct tape to secure. Oh man, sorry guys. Neighbor's working on some metal right now. Little does he know, he's in YouTube right now. Yay! Alright, so we're going to use the same type of foam, just going to be a small circle zone cut out for the butt cap area. And in order to secure this, I'm going to start, oh man. It's getting a little loud on my street here, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to use some electrical tape. We're going to pin that down. We're going to get the square corners to round off. Let's see if you guys can see that. There we go. I'll show you what it's like at the end. Alright, there we go. Now that's nice and safe. No one's going to get hurt by the rubber cap on the end of the fiberglass. Now we're going to use another type of closed cell foam. We're going to get it over this core. I am going to glue this in though so that this doesn't shift on this core. So I'm going to need some contact cement for that. Instead of contact cement, I'm going to go back to the super industrial spray glue, and I'm just going to spray this handle a bit. Do I want to do that though? Because if I spray this, guys, here's what we always got to consider with our builds is what is going to be the overflow from what we're spraying. So if I were to spray this core with this glue, glue's going to get on our lovely blade here, and we don't want that. So instead, I think I might go the contact cement route. Oh, pressure, pressure, pressure. Okay. Alright, we don't need a lot, but we do need enough to ensure that this does not slide around on our core. Alright. Sunlight is going down over here, guys, so it's gonna very soon be all work done by very bright light in my eyes. So we'll see how that goes. Abed thinks it's cool. Yeah, a couple times. I agree, Abed. It is pretty cool. I wonder how many of you guys out there know who Abed is and know what the reference of cool, cool, cool is. I don't know. Did you guys see what happened there? This is why I didn't want to work with the contact cement. It's such a strong chemical, it literally removed the 6, 7 layers of sprayable liquid plastic that I put on this. So that's interesting. We'll deal with it. There we go. That was a little tough getting on, but that's what we want. That means that the contact cement that's on the core is adhering to the contact cement inside the foam that I put. So that is good news. We're getting a nice seal here. We'll repair that little white spot, no worries. Nothing to sweat. Smear off the excess that squirts out the bottom. Alright. Still considering doing wraps over the blade, either with some leather or with some cloth tape up over this section. Make it look a little more rugged. Considering it. Not sure yet though. Alright, so it's coming together, I guess. Just need to put a little cap on the end, make that really safe. Bring those two different foams together. Should be good to go. This is a 3/8 inch thick piece I'm going to use here. This easy peasy stuff. Mark out your butt cap. Literally capping the butt end of the weapon. Alright, tape that puppy down. Alright, cap secured. Nice and squishy, not going to hurt anyone. Core, nice and padded, good and squishy. We're not going to twist this yet. It's contact cement on the inside of that needs time to dry. So we'll leave that to set overnight, and then that'll be good to go. But I can, in the meantime, finish the handle. Alright, so we're going to use some cloth tape here, some sports tape style. And we're going to finish off this weapon. It's just putting on strips of sports tape, basically. Show you guys this. There we go. There we go. We're actually even going to hide the seam completely in the back here, so that's good news. Alright, this piece up and over, then around, and the handle is good to go. Before I do the handle in full, I'm just going to pinch down my work here so I'm not struggling with the tape that's attached to the roll. It's just already done. I just got to go back over it once I do this. Alright, this tape, guys, is incredibly sticky, so it's not called a grip tape for no reason. So what I'm going to do is, to help avoid the really tacky nature, let me see if you can hear this. Alright, and in order to avoid that really sticky nature of this tape, I don't want people to not be able to let loose this weapon whenever they want to. It'll impede accuracy. So I'm going to go inside and grab a different type of tape, which I'm going to lay on the top of this in a cool fashion. Should give it some more flair, and it'll help with that super tacky situation. Okay, we're going to use a brown vinyl tape as the final touch to this weapon. This is going to give it a slick feel to the handle, and we're going to combo it with the grippy tape, and that should give us a very cool effect and function, form and function here. So as this final step comes to an end, and as yet another vehicle, very loud truck, passes by the house here, I wanted to thank you guys for joining me here on this journey. It's been a rather long one. It's not as long as some builds. It's probably going to average about 5 or 6 hours. Again, thank you all for coming and spending your time hanging out with me, watching me build this crazy weapon that I don't know if anyone's gonna like, but I like it, and I had fun making it. So wanted to show you guys the process, how much time, how much thoughts, how much efforts, and gotta be really careful with this or else you're gonna do something you don't want to do with the tape. So hopefully you guys got a feel for what we do here at Sleeping Samurai as far as these custom weapon builds go. And let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below if you don't mind. If you haven't already subscribed for this type of crafting information, you can do that, of course. As you guys know, it's the YouTubes. You know how to do the YouTubes. So I'm going to bring this to an end on the other camera, but again, thank you very much for joining me. So, that, my friends, is an Orcish axe. Come on over to sleepingsamurai.com, check it out. In just a few days we should have it up on the site, and we'll have some real detailed photos of it for you guys in some sunlight. Right now there's, as you can see behind me, it's going on nighttime. So yeah, there it is. Let me see if I can chop a piece of fruit for you guys. Final thing for the video, fruit cutting demonstration. The weapon in action, right? Here it is, Orcish axe. It splits the watermelon. That's one of our things. So yeah, there it is, Orcish axe. Thank you again, guys, for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Catch you later. One of the school buses told you guys about.